there. Welcome to today's class. Today we will look at perimeter and area of plane shapes. We are going to look at plane shapes. We'll take the part one of it because plane shapes, we have a lot of things to look at there. So we'll look at this part today, area and perimeter of plane shapes, okay? So what we aim to cover today is by the end of the lesson, we should be able to define what plane shapes are, state the formulas used in calculating the perimeter and area of some plane shapes today, okay? Then calculate the areas and perimeters of plane shapes, okay? All right, so we are going to do that today. All right, so plane shapes, like I have here, is or are two-dimensional shapes. The other name for plane shape, when you hear two-dimensional shapes, it's referring to plane shapes. So sometimes they are used interchangeably, okay? You can either decide to call them plane shapes or two-dimensional shapes. What are they? They are shapes that have two dimensions or that can be drawn in a plane surface. Do you understand me? In a flat surface. Do you understand that now? So this plane shape majorly have two dimensions. So they have something like a length, a breadth, or a width, and they don't have thickness. They don't have thickness. Okay, just like we have in three-dimensional shapes. In three-dimensional shape, they have length, they have breadth, and they have a thickening, okay, in them, and they are not shapes that can be drawn on flat surfaces, okay? So examples of two-dimensional shapes, just like I said, I will be using this word interchangeably. Sometimes I will call them plane shapes. I will also call them two-dimensional shapes. They are all the same thing. So examples of plane shapes are the rectangle, the square, the triangle, the circle, trapezium, parallelogram, rhombus, kite, polygons, okay? Polygons, and so forth, okay? So those shapes are examples of what we call two-dimensional shapes or plane shapes. Today, we will tailor our lecture on about 4 of them. We'll look at the rectangle, we'll look at the square, we'll look at triangle, then we'll look at circle. Do you understand? So look at rectangle, square, and what? Square, triangle, and circle today. Maybe next time when we learn, we'll look at parallelogram, we'll look at kite, we'll look at rainbows, we'll look at trapezium, and subsequently we can also look at getting the perimeter of polygons, okay? Okay, we'll look at all that, but today, let's see how far we can run with having a good understanding of what the area and perimeter of rectangle, square, triangle, and circle would be, okay? So, we have plane shapes. Plane shapes. 1, okay? So, well, let's look at these shapes one after the other. Let's look at number 1, rectangle. Now, this typically a rectangle. You know, I want to believe that you know properties of some of these shapes. Okay, this is a rectangle. This rectangle has its 2 sides equal, 2 opposite sides equal. This side is equal to this side. This means that this side is equal to this side, while this side is equal to this side. You know that all of its angle, its interior angle are 90 degrees, all these 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Remember, some of angles inside a quadrilateral, this is a quadrilateral, 1, 2, 3, 4, quadrilateral, all this, if we add 90, 90, 90, 90, it gives us 360 degrees, okay? So, and the longest side is called the length, Okay? While the shorter side is called the breadth. Some people call it width. So whichever one you want to call. Okay? So it means this is also length and this is also breadth or width. Do you understand that now? Okay, so sometimes it is represented as just L. Here, represented as just what? B. Do you understand the point? So you must understand all that. So now, we'll go straight to the point, knowing how to calculate the perimeter of this rectangle and the, what is it called again? The area of this rectangle. Now, look at this. If I want to bring this again so that we will know what we are talking about now. I said this is a rectangle. I said here is called length. This is called breadth. This is called length. This is called breadth. Okay? Why? This is the longer side, the shorter side. Okay? Now, perimeter of any shape. Perimeter of any shape is simply the sum of all sides that make up the shape. Do you understand that? Take that. The perimeter of any shape is the sum of all sides that make up the shape. So let's assume is a shape that has 50 sides. The perimeter of that shape will be all the 50 sides. You sum them together. That is the perimeter. Do you understand? That is how to get the perimeter of that. So for rectangle, the perimeter of this rectangle, this perimeter has always been a problem for some students. I don't know why, but I want to believe that after this class you should understand, even without remembering the formula. If you have any perimeter question on rectangle, on square, especially these two, rectangle, square, even triangles, you don't need to look for any formula. Just add everything and you get your answer still, even when you do the formula. So perimeter will now mean this length plus this breadth plus this length plus this breadth. Do you understand that? So this will now be equal to L plus L. Let me bring L to L and B to B. Do you get that? So this is L plus L is 2L plus B is 2B. Some people stop at this. So the formula for perimeter is simple, very simple. 2L plus 2B. Very simple. 2L plus 2B. That's the perimeter of a rectangle. But we can factorize this. That's why some people decide to give you the formula in another form by factorizing this. We have 2 here, 2, and there are factors. We have factors in these two expressions. So if we factorize this, it means 2 will be here. This is L plus B. Remember, if you open this bracket, it will still give you 2L plus 2B. Do you understand? Okay, so some people can say that perimeter of a rectangle is 2 open bracket L plus B close bracket. So whichever one that you're convenient with, you can use it. So that is that. Okay? Now, let's go to area. So I'll quickly give you the area of the rectangle and the perimeter, area of triangle, perimeter. I'll give you, what is it again? Area of square, perimeter, area of circle, perimeter. Do you understand? And probably we can also look at area of trapezium, to just, if we have time today, area of trapezium and the perimeter, and see how far we can go with that. Okay, so for the area talks about the space, okay, the space an object occupies. Okay, area sometimes is more of a two-way thing, in the sense that you can use the value of one of the side of the shape and the value of the other side of the shape to get the area. Do you understand me now? Area is the space that a shape occupies. Okay? The entire area that a particular shape occupies. Do you understand me now? Now let me give you this, still this now. If this is for area, let me give you another triangle, this, another triangle. So, the area that this rectangle occupies is the entire of this space that you are seeing inside of this place. So, it means that we can remove this and remove this. And we still find that what this is occupying is a space from here to here. So we know, even without keeping this here, that, okay, from here to here, from here to here. So that takes it down to this place. Do you understand me now? So what it means is that if we have this place as length and we have this place as breadth, do you understand? It means if we multiply this point and this point, it gives us everything that we have inside of this place. This is a very straightforward illustration of how to understand the area that an object occupies. Do you understand me now? So if that comes to give us the formula for the area of a rectangle to be equals to length times breadth. Length times what? Breadth. So once we have the length multiplying the breadth, it gives us the area of that shape. Do you get the point? Okay, so the next thing is the square. The square is also a quadrilateral, but unlike the rectangle that has just two opposite sides equal, in the case of the square, all of its sides are what? Equal. So these are signs of equality of the sides of the square. It means this side is equal to this side, is equal to this side, is equal to this side, is equal to this side. That is why in square we say that all the sides are all length. So if we are putting this place A, everywhere here will be A because they are the same. So you can't put this side as A and you put here B. It does not really make sense mathematically. Okay? So that is why we represent a side of this as length. This is the length. This also is length because this length is equal to this length. So it means this square can also be kept like this. So if it is kept like this, length will also be length. Do you understand? If it is kept like this, length will also be length. Okay? So all sides are all length. Okay? Do you get the point now? So now for perimeter of this now, remember I said perimeter is addition of all the sides of a shape. Do you understand? All right. So this will mean perimeter of this to be equal to L plus L plus L plus L to give us equals to what? L plus L is 2L, 2L plus L is 3L, 3L plus L is 4L. So we say that perimeter of a square is 4L or 4 times L. That L, you know what it means, 4 times length. Okay? Why for the square, for the area is equal to this length times this length. Remember I said if we remove this, this is the area we're talking about. So it's this length, this side, and this side makes the area of this. So this is length times length. So we say L plus L gives us L squared. So we say that area is equal to L squared, y what is it called? Perimeter is 4L. Some people decide to label this, look up, some people decide to label this as S, 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 meaning side. Side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4. So people say that it is 4S, that is 4 sides, 4 times side, okay, and x square for area, whichever one. Just know that whatever figure is given to you, put it in place of S or put it in place of L, okay? All right, so whichever one you know is good. It's good. Okay, so then for triangle, that is number 3. Let's have a triangle like this. Okay. Let's say this is a triangle, okay? And, you know, in this triangle, this is the height of this triangle. From this point to this point is the height of this triangle, giving us H, okay? While this is the base of this triangle, giving us B, okay? Now, in this triangle, let's assume this a right angle triangle, meaning here is the hypotenuse, okay? But that's not where we're going to. Now, for this, if we assume, let's say this is the hypotenuse, okay? Let's also have another triangle. Let's assume this is an isosceles triangle. This side is equal to this side, and this is, of course, our height will be here. Do you understand me? This is the height of it. So this will be the base. Okay? So, all right. So let's assume we also have a scaling triangle or whatever kind of triangle. Okay? Now, the point I'm trying to make is that the perimeter of this angle will be equal to, like for this one where we have 3 sides. Remember, perimeter is add sides of that triangle. Just add the sides. So it will mean that, let's say this is triangle A, B, C. You know, it will mean that this perimeter will be, if you add the height side, that is this side being the height side. I'm trying to see if you understand this. Let's assume this angle here that is facing here is small letter B. So this is small letter B. This side is small letter C. This side is small letter A. Okay. So it means that the perimeter of this angle is side A, which is the base side, plus side B, which is the height side, plus side C, which is the hypotenuse. So the perimeter of a triangle is usually the 3 sides added together. Let's assume here is, let's say X, Y, Z. And here is like X, small letter X, small letter Z, and small letter Y. So this side is side Y, this side is side Z, this side is side X. So the perimeter of this kind of triangle, is X, which is this side, plus Y, which is this side, plus X, plus Z rather, which is this other side. So that is one very beautiful thing about triangles. Just add the 3 sides that make up that triangle. Then for the area of a triangle, okay? Now, 2 very important factors or important parameters that we use in getting the area of a triangle is the base of the triangle and the height of the triangle. Almost all triangles have a base. The base is the side of the triangle that the entire triangle sits on. Like this now, this angle is sitting here. Okay? So that is the base of the triangle. So this is the base. The height is how long, okay, the length or the height of the triangle, how long the triangle is. Okay, so that gives us half of 1/2 times the base of the triangle times the base times the height of the triangle gives us the area of. So in this type where we have this triangle, or here first of all, this is the height. So this is our height times height. This is our base times base and half of it. Okay, so we say that the formula is 1/2 times b times height, which is sometimes written as 1/2 bh. Okay, so you must understand these about the triangle. Okay, the next thing is, let's look at circle. So circle. Now, circle has a very unique property that we must pay attention to. Let me see if I can draw a more circular circle. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's assume this is a circle. Okay. Now, all circles have a center point. Remember, sum of angles in a circle is 360 because they are angles in on a point. This is that point. Don't forget that. Now, there are some features of the circles that we should quickly recap. I know you probably must have heard about some of these properties or features of a circle. A circle is divided into 2 equal parts by a line that, okay, let's not start from there. A circle is formed by a circumference or a curvy line that joins to the point where it started. Let's assume that this circle started from here. Can you see now? So this curvy line runs from this point and joins the point where it started. So once that is done, once that complete revolution is done, we say that a circle has been formed. A circle has been formed. And that circular part that is drawn or that meets the point where this circle started or where that line started is called the circumference. So this place is the circumference. It's called the circumference. Do you understand? Then, that now brings me to what I was trying to say. I said, a circle is divided into 2 equal parts by a line that runs through the middle, joining 2 parts of the circumference. So you see a line like this, run through the middle to join 2 parts of the circumference. This line is called diameter. Do you understand that? Then, a line that runs from the center, of the circle to any part of the circumference. Let's say from here to any part of the circumference, this line is called a radius. A radius. Now, we'll stop here. I'll draw another circle because I want to illustrate something. These things I'm saying will be very beneficial when we begin to solve. Do you understand? Now, if we have a circle like this, remember I said this is the center. And I said a line, this line that runs from the center to any part of the circumference is called the radius. It means if we can draw this to be from here to here. It means this is a radius. Do you get that? This is a radius. It means we can also again draw another radius. Let's say another line that runs from here to this part of the circle. This is another word, radius. That brings us to a point I want to make. It means that if two radius runs on the same direction, on the opposite side of the point, okay, on the opposite side of the point of the circle, okay, and they run in different direction, in the opposite direction, but joining at the center, such that each of them joins or touches the circumference at this part and at this part, they form what we call the diameter. It means that two radius gives us one diameter. Do you understand now? Okay, what that means by mathematical expression, it means if we have radius plus another radius gives us one diameter. That is what we just did now. Please pay attention to this, please. It means one radius, another radius gave us one full diameter. So it means r plus r is equal to 2r is equal to diameter. So it means that diameter, because in calculations, they may give you a diameter. I'll give you the formula for calculating the area of a circle and the circumference of a circle. Okay? They can give you the diameter and they ask you to find the circumference. In the circumference of the circle, what the formula that is given there is given in radius. So you must change that diameter to radius. So it is this that will give you an understanding of that. Do you understand that? So what this simply means here is that 2 radius is equal to 1 diameter. In the same way, we can say that diameter is equal to 2 radius. Is that okay? Then, what will be 1 diameter? In a situation where they give you diameter, what will be radius? So what that means is that if we have this, remember I bring this down, 2 radius is equal to diameter. To get diameter, divide by 2, divide by 2. So this cancel this. It means radius is equal to diameter over 2. It means one radius will give us diameter over 2. Do you understand me now? That's if this is diameter, to get one is to remove this so that one diameter will be there. That's what we just did now. So when you divide a diameter by 2, it gives us a radius. Do you understand me? Okay, so that is what I was just trying to make you understand here. Okay, there are other properties of the circle which is not our major concern now. We have a part of it. We have the sector of the circle. A sector is a place bounded by 2 radius or 2 radii, rather that is in plural. Okay, we have the arc. Okay, and a particular part of the segment that is formed in the space of 2 radii. Do you understand me now? So from here to here, this is an arc. Okay, this is an arc. Okay, we have a sector. We have a segment. This is a sector. Okay, if we draw a line from here touching here, this is a segment. Okay, so we have so many things to talk about, but that is not our major concern today. Our major concern is to know what a radius is, what a diameter is, which we have known. Then we know what a circumference is. Okay, I think with that. All right. Now, the perimeter of a circle is also known as the circumference of a circle. So your examiner or examiners may decide to either say find the perimeter of a circle or find the circumference of a circle. They are the same thing. The circumference of a circle is this entire line, like this entire space like this. When you measure it, what will be the length? Do you understand? When you measure, there is a okay. So for circle, you can, just like I said, you can either be asked circumference or perimeter. They are the same thing. So for perimeter stroke circumference of a circle. Now, there is a constant in any circular part, okay? That constant is known as pi. So the perimeter of circumference, will say pi is represented like this, okay? Now, 2 of this pi and r gives us a multiplication of this pi times 2 is a constant. I will give you the value. So 2 times this pi and r gives us the circumference of the circle. So the circumference, all this thing we have here, is just to multiply this pi by 2 and multiply it by r, by the radius. It gives us the circumference of that circle, or the perimeter of that circle. So the perimeter of a circle, or circumference of a circle, gives us this this formula, 2 pi r, okay, where pi is equal to 22 over 7, or they can decide to give you or ask you to use 3.14, okay, as the value of this constant. So an examiner will always ask you, okay, either use this or this, depending on the nature of the question. If it's a question that he wants your answer to be in maybe decimal point, he'll give you something like this, okay? All right, okay. In a situation where they don't give you, they give you a circle question to find either the area of the circle or the perimeter of the circle or the circumference of the circle, and nothing is given to you. Just know that pi is what? 22 over 7. Then use the value of r you are given there. Remember, if you're given diameter, you must convert it or change it to radius before you can solve. Why for area of circle, is equals to pi r square, okay? Is pi r square, gives us the area of the circle. You know what r is, okay? Then I think the fifth one, let's look at trapezium. Trapezium. So let's assume these are trapezium. Let's say these are trapezium. Okay. One thing about trapezium is that it has 2 parallel sides that are opposite each other, but they are not equal. Okay. In trapezium, almost none of the sides are equal. That is one thing about trapezium. Almost none of the sides are equal. It's a quadrilateral, but almost none of the sides are equal. Okay. So let's say these are our parallel side. This is parallel to this. And let's say this is our height. You know, this is the height of this. This is sitting on the base. It's sitting. This shape is sitting down. So this is our height. Do you understand me now? Okay. So why this, our first parallel side, let's call it A. Our second parallel side, let's call it B. I'm just giving them a name. This is the first parallel side, A. Second parallel side, B. Let's assume this other side, since it is slanting, okay, is slanting, resting, we can call it S. Let's just call it S. So we can now get perimeter here. So perimeter of this will be equal to A, this S, please, plus S plus B plus H. That is that. Once you're given a trapezium question, so just do this, okay, and you get what perimeter is. But for the area is a bit technical, but it's actually simple. Area is half times the sum of the 2 parallel sides. That is the sum of this side and this side, okay? Half times this side and this side. That is half times the sum of this side and this. So the sum of A plus B times the height. Don't forget that. Okay, that is the formula for calculating the area of a trapezium. So this is equal to 1 over 2 into A plus B H. Okay, don't forget that. All right, so we can now go ahead to begin to look at some examples from our app. Okay, we'll look at some example from our app. Probably we'll just look at a question for triangle, a question for trapezium, a question for square, a question for rectangle, just like that. Okay, all right, so let's see. The first question we have here is a question on circles. So calculate the circumference of a circle of radius 7 cm. So this is a straightforward question. They gave you the radius. Okay, it's a straightforward question. So let's see. Okay, so this says calculate the circumference of a circle of radius 7 cm. So they say we should take pi as 22 over 7. So they say radius, this is number 1, worked examples. Let me put this as worked what? Examples. All right. So number 1, they said radius is equal to 7 cm. Then we say we should take pi as 22 all over 7. And they're asking us for our circumference. So we say circumference C is equal to 2 pi r. 2 pi r. So we say C is equal to 2 times, what is our pi? They say it's 22 over 7. 22 all over 7 times our r. What is our r? 7 times 7. Do you understand that? So 7 cancel 7. We have C to be equal to 22 times 44 times 22. Sorry, that is 2 times 22. So our circumference is 2 times 22 gives us what? 44 cm. And remember there is cm in this 7. So that's cm times everything. That is 44 cm. So the circumference is 44 cm. That is a very straightforward question which I think everyone listening to me should be able to solve very quickly. Okay? So they say we should find the area of a right angle triangle. Okay, so we have done circle. Let's see area of a triangle now. So we should find the area of a right angle triangle whose base is 3 cm and height 4 cm. Number 2, they say we should find the area of a right angle triangle. So area, remember, is 1 over 2 base and height. Understand? So we are given, they say whose base is 3 cm, where B is equal to 3 cm and height is equal to what? Height is equal to 4 cm. So simply substitute that into the equation. We say A, which is area, is equal to 1 over 2 times base 3 times height, which is 4. This is over 1, this is over 1. 2 into 4. 2 into itself is 1. 2 into 4 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Times 1 is 6. So the area is equal to 6 cm squared. Okay? Which is option C. All right? So let's look at, okay, find the area of the shape. All right, so let's look at this. This is a trapezium, just like this we just did now. This is a trapezium. They say find the area of the shape. Now, they did not tell you, that is why you must understand, you must identify which shape is which shape when you see it. You should be able to see a rectangle and know that this is a rectangle. You should be able to see a parallelogram and know that this is a parallelogram. You should be able to see a trapezium and know that this is a trapezium. Now, look at this shape. They didn't tell us if it's a trapezium or whatever. They just said, find the area of the diagram below. So this is a trapezium. Do you know why? None of the sides is equal to each other. Okay, it has 4 sides and none of the sides are equal. Okay, so this is a trapezium. So that trapezium, we can draw it here so that you see it clearer on the board. So number 3. So we have this, we have this, we have this. Okay, no. We have this. Then we have this. Okay. Then we have something like this here. Okay. We have this. We have this. This is telling us that these are the 2 parallel lines that are equal. Okay. All right. So that we use for the formula when we get there. So this is 6 cm. So from here to here is 6 cm. Then this is 12 cm. This is this. So this is 9 cm. Okay. What else? Okay, those are the things given. So if we look at this parallelogram, we can see that they have given us the sides of the 2 parallel sides. They've also given us the height. This is the height of the parallelogram from here to here. That is the height. So it's 9 cm. So you apply the formula. You say the formula is what? What did they ask? Is the perimeter of area? So we say area of a parallelogram is equal to 1 all over 2 open bracket. Okay, first side, that is A plus B times what? Height. Do you understand? Where A and B are the sides of the parallel lines. Sides of the parallel lines. Okay? So, which is this and this, okay? So we said, therefore, area, which is A, denoted as A for us here, is equal to 1 over 2 times A is 6. 6 plus B is 12. 12 times height is what? 9 times 9. Do you get that? Okay. So what that means is A will now be equal to 1 over 2 times 6 plus 12 gives us 18. So this is 18, okay, times 9 times 9. Do you get that? So this is 18 times 9. Remember, don't go and just multiply this thing, 9 times this and 9 times this. Solve what is in the bracket first. That is board mass. Bracket first. So if you do this, you may not get the actual answer. So 18 now times 9. But now what we can do is 2. This is multiplying what is up here. This over 1, this over 1. So 2 here is 1. 2 into this. Okay? 2 into that bracket will give us 9. Do you get that? 2 into that bracket will give us 9. So what we are having is A is equal to, everything here is 1. 2 into itself is 1 here now. So 2 into 18 is 9. So 1 times 9 is 9 times this 9 times 9. Remember, everything here is 1, 1, 1. So 1 times 1 times 1 is still 1. So no need writing it. So 9 times 9 is 81 cm square. 81 cm square. Areas are measured in square meter or meter square, whichever one that you're given. So we have the option there, option D, as the correct option or the correct answer. Okay? So let's see if we have anything on rectangle. Okay. Find the area of the triangle. Have we done area of a triangle? No, we have not. So let's see if we can do the area of this triangle. All right? Okay. So let's look at this area of the triangle here. They've given us a triangle. So we've done circle, we've done parallelogram, we've done triangle, and they are all areas. We are yet, okay, we've done circumference for circle. So, okay, so find the area of the triangle below. This is the triangle. This is number 4. Number 4. Okay, so let's look at this. It's good we also look at this because in this triangle we can see that we are given the base having 2 different figures in the base. The other one we had, they just give us one single base. So let's look at this. They say we should find the area of this triangle. It's simple. Area is equal to half base times height. This is the height of this triangle. This is the base of this triangle. Okay? So we'll have to find the area. So is this height and this base is what we have at this triangle. So what it means is that the base, where base is equal to base, B is equal to base, which is equal to, the base is from this point to this point. So even if they give you another angle like this, let's say they give you another angle that goes like this, and they say they give you here 2 cm, the base is from here to this point. Do you understand? So the base of this particular angle is 5 and 3. That is 5 cm plus 3 cm. So the base is equal to 8 cm. Are you with me? That is the base of this triangle. So we cannot apply the formula. A is equal to 1 over 2 times the base, which is 8 cm. Okay? Times 8 cm times height, which is 4 cm. 4 cm. All right? So it means A will be equal to this over 1, this over 1. So 2 can go into 4. Okay? 2 into itself is 1. 2 into 4 is 2. You get that? So it means 1 times 8 cm times 2 cm all over 1 times 1 times 1. You get that? So this is 1 times 8 cm is 8 cm. 8 cm times 2 cm will give us 16 cm square. Why is this cm square? Because cm times cm is cm square. So cm square, 1 times 1 is 1. 16 over 1 is still 1. So this is 16 cm square. That is the formula for this particular triangle. That is the area of this particular triangle. Okay? We've done parallelogram. We've done area again of triangle. This is the area of triangle. Okay, this says if the base of a triangle is 6 cm and its area is x, find the height. I think we can check this out. Okay, this is, they have given us area, okay, and that area is given as x. Okay, if the base of a triangle is 6 cm and its area is x cm squared, they say find its height in terms of. So the answer we'll get will be in terms of x cm squared. Okay, but let's look at that. Let's quickly look at that. Let's look at that. These are some of the questions that may be quite confusing for some students. So we said if the base of a triangle is 6 cm and its area is x cm squared. So this 5 is also area question. So area is equals to 1 over 2 base and height, base times height. So they are saying if the base is 6 cm, so where B is equal to 6 cm, and they said, and its area is x cm, A, this
is equal to x cm squared. Okay, find its height in terms of x. So they say we should find h. Okay, simple. Substitute this thing into this place. Area is x cm, that is x. So area is x is equal to 1 over 2 times base is 6 cm, 6 times height is what? H. Okay? H. You get that? So this means x is equal to 2 here is 1, 2 here is 3. So this is now 1 times 3 times height. You get that? So x is equal to 1 times 3 is 3 times this is height. So this is equal to 3 height. That's 3h. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times h is 3h. Now they're asking us to find the height in terms of. So to find the height, this thing can be rewritten. This thing can be written. This means x is equal to this, meaning 3h can be the same thing as x. You get that? So it means the same thing. So to find this whole thing in terms of x, meaning h is h we are looking for. So we must remove 3 from h so that h can stand alone. So this means 3, divide both sides by the coefficient of h, which is 3. Here is 3, here is 3. This cancel this, h will now be equals to x over 3. So height in terms of x is what? X over what? 3, which is option B. Okay, option B is correct. So I think we can stop here today. We've done something on trapezium. I think we have not seen a question on square and rectangle. We can probably look at that in the second part of this lesson when we come back to look at parallelogram, look at height, look at rhombus, then probably look at other polygons, okay, like the pentagon, what is it called? Hexagon, heptagon, and all that. So when we come back for the next class, we'll look at all that. Okay, thank you very much. You can always go through the app, take questions, play around them, solve them. Always remember to post your answers or your solving in the comment section so that we can follow you from there. Thank you very much. Thank you.